Howdy y'all. This is arguably the hardest part of any deployment. Rainy day here in, I think this is Clifton Park, New York. We flew into Albany late last night. Everything went pretty well. The taxi ride was a bit of an adventure. Met up with a couple folks I'll be working with. Today I got trainings to do. And then tomorrow morning, the New York Air National Guard is going to send a truck to come pick us and our luggage up. And we're going to get on a plane and we're going to head to Kanger, or Kanger as we call it, on the coast of Greenland. This is the same National Guard that sends the same planes down to Antarctica out of Williams Field to fly missions to the South Pole and field camps. I'm in Kanger now. I'm in a dorm here at the National Science Foundation, the NSF building. This is actually the same barracks complex where my cousin was stationed back in the 50s, late 50s, early 60s. This is my dorm room for the next 2 days. I have a roommate right here, and that's mine. Stopped at the local store. They use Danish krones. I have no idea how much this stuff costs. Looks like there's maybe a restaurant in the airport, a couple in town that you have to have reservations for. We're going to go to bag drag right now, which means that we take our checked bags that are going to go on the plane in the morning, and then we're going to get our gear issued. So all our extreme cold weather gear. Like I'm such an American. Like I just saw a picture of a cookie with chocolate in it. So that was our gear issue building. And we got all of our extreme cold weather gear, sleep kits, all the necessities. Thought I'd take just a little stroll around town here. It's not the best of weather. It's still kind of winterish. So the extreme cold weather gear that I got, it's got to be worn or carried on the flight to Summit. So I've got my gear in the room, and tomorrow when we go to check in for the flight, I'll have to have that stuff either on me or carried. I'll usually wear most of it. Insulated bib overalls, Carhartts, work jackets, gloves, mittens, the stuff you would expect. Hats, goggles, a North Face parka. It's a little chilly to do a lot of sightseeing here. I know it's funny saying chilly considering where I'm heading, but I think I'm going to stay around close to home, text, call family, and prepare myself for the flight tomorrow. This is a Greenland airport. That's the SOF. If I'm breathing heavy, it's because of the altitude here. That's the main building here. That's where we eat, use the restrooms, get our information, have meetings. I'm walking over to our, I guess what you would call the vehicle maintenance facility. I'm going to check our water for this station, which is melted snow. And being that we're 10,000 feet, 10,500 plus density altitude, so sometimes it feels like 11.8, and I've been here about 4 days. I'm not really acclimatized to it yet. Temperature right now is about 44 below zero, which has been pretty consistent the last few days. And here's kind of a, that's where I'm staying, that's where I just came from. Fuel tanks. And this is our shop. I dug that ramp with a track loader yesterday so we could get down in there. There's actually fuel down here. Whew. Gotta take everything very slow. It's easy to get lightheaded, bend over to pick something up, stand up too quick. So, even when you walk, just slow. It's Sunday. Obviously, I'm doing this on my own time. I don't do YouTube on company time, definitely not. But my job during the week, pretty much clear snow. And we're early in the summer season, so we got a lot of cleanup to do from the winter storms. It's 50 below right now. Whew. Takes some wind out of you. So it's Saturday night after work, watching the sun go down out there. It's been negative 30s to negative 50s since I got here. Right now it's pretty cold. I like cold. This is out there is the skiway, so that's where the LC-130s, the ski LC-130s from the Air Force will fly in equipment and gear and food and people. So right now there's only 12 of us here, and eventually the camp size will swell to, well,
probably close to 40. I'm hoping the GoPro doesn't get too cold and shut itself off. I'm gonna walk down here and show you guys kind of what we've been doing. So they flew us in on the DC-3, the ski DC-3, and we have to use that because, well, me and the two other fellas that I came here with for the heavy equipment department are the ones that clean the drifting and move the snow and get the skiway ready for the big planes. So the little DC-3 got stuck on the skiway, and we had to form a fire line to unload all the food and equipment and stuff. So once we got that unloaded, they could take off and leave. And we've all been just isolated here till we get everything in shape and get that first flight in here. A lot of you know that I worked in Antarctica, so the beauty is that most of the people I'm working with here I already knew. All the ones in the heavy equipment department I already knew. We've already dug out the D6M, and we've been pushing, as you can see, snow from around what's called the SMG. This is a heavy equipment maintenance shop, and where Fleet Ops is, and cargo, and a lot of other places. So we've been pushing with that. I've been on the 953 track loader a lot, digging things out of the berms. These are parts for a telehandler that they got tracks for the telehandler that the mechanics are going to put together. I dug those out today and brought them over here. Yes, I've spent some time in the D6. You can see we're pushing up snow just continually. That'll be the story of my life for the next 2 months, 2.5 months. And all this snow is drifted in around the SMG has to be cleared. Up there, that's the SOF. Anybody that's been here before probably knows it by another name, but now we call it the SOF. That's the main house. There's a really good cook here. We're so lucky. And that's where we eat, have meetings. That's like the hub of Summit Station. That building right there is where I'm staying. That's a berthing module. Got a bathroom in there. Got a really cool roommate. Over there is another living quarters called the Caboose. No bathrooms in that one. There are bathrooms in the big house. We're going to put in outhouses. We do have a bathroom and shower and everything in the berthing mod. This is fuel pits, so the LC-130s, when they land on this skiway, which is 3 miles long, and there's a apron here where they turn around. This is where they can dump fuel, or I suppose get some if they need it. But that skiway goes 3 miles, and it needs to be 3 miles because they haul stuff out of here too, trash and things. So believe me, it takes a lot of runway at 10,500 feet. The density altitude around here has been 11,800, so it takes a lot of runway, skiway in this case, to get a heavily loaded LC-130 off the ground. Another thing we'll be doing is setting up what we call fish huts and other little living modules for the scientists and the researchers that come. There's some scientists here. Out of the 12 of us, there's 2. And then, yeah, not a lot to say. Just pushing snow, moving snow, running equipment, and we have what we call winter berms out back there. And that's where we store cargo, implements, equipment up on berms because the snow accumulates so much. And that way it keeps it up and it blows through, but it still buries stuff, so we still have to dig it out. My mustache is freezing together. It's -38 right now. Yes, I always grow beard and mustache. These kind of jobs, I just let it go. Not only that, it's kind of a pain to shave. Water's somewhat limited. Showers are somewhat limited. So why fuss with it? When I get back, I like to get a straight razor shave. That's always something I did when I got back from a deployment. Got the D6M fired up this morning. I'm in the 953 track loader because I kind of take care of the water on the station right now. So I dump snow in a snow melter and then I check the chlorination. That's kind of my job when I'm not running a dozer or digging snow with this or moving things with forks. This is a Sunday. It's kind of a slow day, but we still have some tasking we like to catch up on and do on Sunday, and some that we have to do. Pulling a small ripper, and that will take out any deviations in the surface of the skiway and the apron, and then the sheep's foot roller will compact it. So one thing about snow is it can take a lot of compaction. So he's going to finish up today with that. It's not really a ripper, they call it a harrow. To me it's a chisel plow, but he's got a little bit to do yet on the skiway, our 3-mile long skiway. If you can see those black little flags out there, that's the skiway. This is called a goose, and this is what we take down the big drifts with. And once it's goosed, then we can drag it with this drag here, and that drag will that's what kind of evens out the skiway surface. And then to compact it, we will run the sheep's foot over it. And this first time, because it's been over the winter, that's why the ripper, that's why the compaction. He's done several evolutions with the goose already to get everything nice and level. This is the 953 track loader I was talking about. I really like the track loaders, I really do. I was over here with the forks helping him get hooked up to the implements this morning, and I'm gonna go do my job. Sorry I got it filmed through the glass, folks. The GoPro doesn't like -40. Although it's not doing terrible, I'm quite surprised. I keep it in my pocket. That's a D70 we have to dig out. There's another D6, and there's another track loader. Eventually get dug out and go through the shop. There, those are winter berms. So it's supplies and parts and tractors and equipment that we need to dig out and get set up. And back over on the other side of those big berms, there's fish huts, we call them, where we need to set it up, where people are gonna stay in the future. Storm's here. The storm looks like it made it. We're supposed to have 3 or 4 days of this.